All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Wow, that's all I have to say. No, I have more to say than that, but let's just set the scene for you. Well, let me say the date first. It happens to be Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020, and a rally across the board. Stocks ripped higher on the back of, let's see, almost another 3 million people losing their jobs and millions more to go. And this market keeps going up. No surprise to you at all. That's the environment we are in. When you have a coordinated effort between central banks around the world, the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, the Fed themselves funneling trillions around the world to other central banks, buying everything, grossly expanding this debt bomb scenario that we are in, well, where else would stocks go? As a matter of fact, that was the title of the article I wrote for the Trends Journal. Debt bomb. This is a debt bomb ready to go off, people, but again, we haven't seen anything yet. This is about to get even uglier. Now, let me explain to you why. Look this up for yourself if you don't believe me. Okay, the Federal Reserve has now expanded its debt purchases, borrowing, whatever, however you want to put this together, to municipal transit systems, airports, and utilities. When I tell you that this, in every literal sense of the word, is a takeover on an unbelievable, frightening scale. The Federal Reserve is the most powerful organization on the planet. There is nothing that comes close. They're buying everything. This is it. This is why the Fed was created. When those that thought a little further down the line were putting the Federal Reserve together and establishing the debt-based economic model, they had one goal. One, to be the lender and buyer of last resort at one particular time so they can own the world. Once that happens, and they have a stranglehold on it right now, that it cannot be broken. It's only going to get tighter. You understand? They get to dictate all of the rules. They already do, by every measure. But it's about to get much more hideous. I've covered this at length for over a decade. How this would play out, what was going to happen, and it's here. It's in our face. So again, understanding where we are, it's just too simple to know what's going to happen here in equity markets, how they're going to work. Until when? Until it doesn't. And that's it. I don't give a damn, and neither should you. All we are concerned about, no matter what the scenario might be at the moment, is how we are going to put ourselves in the right spots while most people get destroyed. Okay, while the Federal Reserve finishes their final solution. Like I just explained to you, they're expanding their debt purchases, their loan programs to municipalities across the board. Bankrupt states, bankrupt cities, all of it. The Federal Reserve, where did all this stimulus cash come from? I'm going to give you one guess. The Federal Reserve. Yeah, all the stimulus that we're all getting. The checks signed by Donald Trump that most of you got out here. Where did that cash come from? Did it come from Donald Trump? No, it came from the Federal Reserve. We borrowed it. That's all we're doing is borrowing, allowing the Fed to go right up to the top and surpass that pyramid. But no one wants to save America. Nobody does. This is it. This is a takeover of our country. We're about to lose freedoms and liberties like you have no idea. But again, Stock market's going up. Look here, everyone. Don't look at the tens of millions of people losing their jobs. Don't look at the fact that the Federal Reserve is involved in a takeover of the entire world, not just the United States. No, because we're going back to a sound money system, but the president's going to take down the Fed. I know there's a big YouTube channel pushing that narrative, but all the followers in aggregate are brain dead if they continue to listen to that. Because this guy has nailed this to the wall. What is that guy nailed? Zero. How's that? Zero. 00. Can't make it up. Can't do it. It's impossible to do. But there are those that have their faith in the wrong spot. It does not matter who sits behind the resolute desk. Wake the blank up. This is a new world order takeover. The Federal Reserve is it. They're finishing it. They have killed the global economy. That's how powerful they are via the scamdemic, so they can do what they're doing right now, be the lender, buyer of last resort, and own it all. That's how it's playing out. No other way, okay? And you don't have to speculate because it's in your face. You can't make this stuff up that people conjure up in their own minds. And fake channels out here spewing some kind of garbage to keep people brainwashed so they don't do anything. They don't take action. Patriots. Sorry. It's incredible. These so-called brain-dead morons have allowed all this to happen. And those of us here who can see what's going on, well, at least we are in the right spots. That's all I have to say. All right, so look. Big rally on Wall Street today. I closed a bunch of positions with unbelievable gains today. I posted it all over my social networks, in my newsletter, and all of you know it's real that subscribe to my newsletter because I told you when I opened the positions, didn't I? And I told you exactly what I was buying, didn't I? So the trolls can suck it, okay? Anyway, I'm probably going to get myself in trouble with YouTube, but that's okay too. I know all of you get it, and it's amazing to watch, to see this whole thing going the way that it is, and those people out here who just have no clue. Anyway, all right, so with that said, like I said, big rally on Wall Street. Metals did fall under pressure. This rally here on Wall Street and the fact that metals are falling under pressure, not one of you that watched my Sunday report is surprised. I told you exactly how this week would play out so far, and it's exactly what is going on here. Nailed Bitcoin again to the wall. Speaking of cryptocurrencies, they did catch a bid today, although Bitcoin did fall below 10. It's going back over 10, mark my words. You got the 10-year yield putting on nice gains today, which means cash is coming out of the debt market, going into the stock market. You know how this works. It's very simple. Hey, crude oil too. Crude oil's catching a bid. What a shock. Yeah, it's very surprising, isn't it? The whole mechanism behind here is so twisted. But again, we know exactly what to do and when to do it. We're invincible. We are absolutely invincible. But again, this whole thing around us is really ugly. It's really, really ugly. But don't worry, because the Trump administration, I'm not picking on President Trump, okay? But this is what they put out. The Trump administration put this out. You don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. They've picked 5 companies for their vaccine, and they're all about that darn vaccine. Are you going to run out and get your vaccine? Really, how many of you just can't wait for that vaccine? Because that vaccine is going to fix everything. You know, it's warp speed, and we're going to have it right away. X the vaccine czar. Yeah, the one that President Trump, assigned to oversee this entire thing, just happens to be a big pharma executive as well. Do you think that maybe there's a conflict of interest there? Oh, no, not at all. Of course not. It's all good. You know that. All right, look, this guy's out of here. I hope this made sense to you. Please share the video. I want to hear from you. All right, blow by blow, what I covered here in this video, give me a rundown. Is Greg wrong or is Greg 100% correct? Not just 99, 100%, or Greg is just totally wrong. All right, I want to hear from you. I promise to read the comments. This guy loves you. Like I said, please share the video. Get it out there. See you in the lovely morning.